This video is brought to you by Yes Athletics. Women's Advanced Nogi Division. This is the middleweight division. If you haven't already seen the absolute matches, make sure you go back and watch those. My opponent and I start to tie up, and I'm looking to try to get my takedowns. She pulled guard the first time I competed against her, so I was kind of expecting a guard pull again, but I still wanted to see if I could try to get my points and try to work for my takedown. We are tied up in this collar tie position. I am looking for my inside position, trying to get to my dominant grips so I can start to set up for my takedown, and she pulls guard. We continue to hand fight from this guard position. I am looking to try to get dominant grips. I'm starting to lock up a good grip around my opponent's head so that when she tries to go for this wrestle up, I'm able to get to my high elbow guillotine and then switch from my high elbow guillotine to a rear naked choke grip and lock up my ninja choke and get the tap via ninja choke. I've only ever gotten one other guillotine in competition before, and I've never gotten the ninja choke style guillotine, which is just a guillotine with a rear naked choke grip. So I was really excited to get this, and it was a super good choke. On to match number 2. This was my last match of the day. It was the finals for the middleweight division. My opponent and I slap and bump and immediately start to hand fight and look for our dominant hand positioning and head positioning to try to go for a takedown. I'm looking for my inside positioning and trying to see if I can start to tie up arms with a 2-on-1 grip and start to hunt for my arm drags. My opponent is doing a good job of defending my grips and not letting me stay on one particular grip for too long, which is hindering me trying to get to my takedowns. I'm still hunting for those 2-on-1 grips, trying to get to my arm drag and maintain good head positioning, but she is again doing a really good job defending and is trying to look for her own positioning to try to set up takedowns. Here she ties up with me and pressures in and level changes to try to shoot in, but when she comes up, she commits a little bit too heavy to her collar tie, and I'm able to hit a little front trip and get my 2 points for the takedown. She immediately inverts and starts to get in on my leg to try to start to go for a knee bar, but I'm able to slip my knee out. So she switches to attacking the other leg in a DOA position and is hunting for my heel exposure before switching it over to a 50-50 position. I'm being careful to keep my foot hidden by triangling my legs and starting to pressure up to prevent her from getting a good bite on the heel hook position. She is continuing to look to untangle my legs and start to try to collect a bite on my heel. I am hand fighting with her to try to keep her from getting that bite and starting to sit up to try to see if I can reposition myself into a different position. I'm also being mindful of opportunities to try to get my own bite on the heel because, again, we are in the 50-50 position, and so I can also look for a bite on the heel as well. I just need to make sure that I'm keeping good positioning and that I'm protecting my own feet. Here I'm starting to try to get a bite on the heel and untangle the legs to start to go for my own heel hook. She tries to come up to defend. I'm able to switch my legs into the DOA position and start to attack for my own ankle lock. I'm able to get a pretty good bite on the ankle lock. She definitely has to defend, but it's just not really there, and she starts to come up and try to counter leg lock. So I go back to trying to escape the leg lock position, and once I escape the knee line position, I'm able to come up on top. She also tries to come up, but I am able to pressure her back down. She starts to try to go around my head almost for like a guillotine, but she doesn't have her legs wrapped around me, so I just stay nice and tight and pressured in to prevent her from getting her guard back, and I don't have to worry that much about the threat of the guillotine as long as I'm staying pressured in on the legs. And here I'm able to clear legs and pass and get to my top chest-to-chest position and clear my head. We kind of got off the edge of the mat, so the ref stops the match and resets us back in the middle. We go back to that top chest-to-chest position. She makes sure that we are in the same position that we were in when we went off the edge of the mat, and she starts the match back. I'm immediately looking to maintain top pressure and top positioning to prevent my opponent from getting her guard back. My goal is to keep her as flat and pinned to the mat as possible, and then I'm starting to look to attack her far arm in an Americana so that I can keep her pinned nice and flat and use it to bait and get over to my mount positioning. However, she's able to clamp down on my ankle, and so I am not able to get to the full mount or get my mount points. But I'm not super worried about it because I'm still in a good top position and I'm able to start to wrap up my gift wrap. Once I have my gift wrap grip secured, I'm able to start to sit off to take the back. And as I sit off to take the back, I'm able to throw my left leg over her arm to trap it and prevent her from defending my rear naked choke grip. And I'm able to get the tap via rear naked choke. I actually knew my opponent prior to competing against her. This was my first time competing against her, but I did know her from just like training with her previously. She's super sweet, super talented. She had really, really good leg lock attacks, so this was a really fun match for me. This was a really fun tournament. I got to compete against a lot of really high level women, and I was able to get gold in my weight class as well as bronze in the absolute division. If you haven't already seen my matches from the absolute division, I'm going to link that video down below. I also want to give a huge shout out to Yes Athletics for making me this super awesome custom Nogi set that I'm wearing, as well as the wrestling shoes that I'm wearing. They also just do so much to support me as an athlete. If you want to get your own pair of high quality women's wrestling shoes, make sure you visit yesathleticsusa.com and use code Cyanide for $dollars off your order. Thanks for watching and subscribe!